Hi, my name is Rachel, and I am hearing, and I only know a little ASL, so I'm gonna be just talking in English for this video, and I'll caption it for y'all. Um, so there's been a post going around on Tumblr called "Questions Deaf People Have for Hearing People," and so in my boredom on a Sunday afternoon, I thought I would oblige and answer the questions, at least the ones that I've seen so far. So here it goes. First one is, how well do you function in loud places? I do not function well in loud places. I, yeah, I can't hear what people are saying, and so conversations can't happen, and it's frustrating. Uh, yeah, it would help if everyone else knew ASL, but they don't. So, yeah, if you go to a loud place, generally you're not there to converse with other people, because it doesn't work well. Yeah. Do you lip read? Not really. Kind of wish I could. I can very minimally, maybe 5-10% at most. Um, I kind of rely on it a little bit for the loud places, um, just to see if it'll help me kind of understand what someone's trying to tell me. But we all know lip reading's not exactly the best way to do that. So yeah. Would you really kill yourself if you went deaf? No. That's a dumb question. I'm moving on. If somebody wanted to learn how to speak your language because they think it's exotic rather than actually wanting to use it to communicate with other people, would you be offended? Yes. I studied linguistics in university. I'm all for appreciating the beauty of all languages because they really all have some really beautiful aspects to them, and they're all beautiful in their own ways. But to just learn something because it's different without wanting to use it for anything is really pointless and offensive to the people who actually use that language on a daily basis. So yeah, I would be offended. If you didn't hear or understand something somebody said, how likely are you to ask them to repeat themselves as opposed to dismissing it because you feel socially awkward or don't care? Depends on whom I'm around and what I'm talking about and what they're talking about. So if I'm talking to someone I know and this conversation is important, then I'm going to ask them to repeat themselves because I want to know what they've said. Because what they say matters to me. So I'll keep asking until I understand, and I will ask the clarifying questions, and I will be like, what do you mean, pink giraffe with polka dots? And they'll be like, no, no, no. I said, do you want to go get coffee? See, that's why clarifying questions are important. So with friends, I do that. With people I don't know, I'm not as likely to do that because it's socially awkward, and I'm sure it's frustrating for both of us. And yeah, you kind of reach that point of, they don't care anymore. Let's see, how can you listen to music so quietly? Do you hear all the words, or just music, or what? The only time I ever listen to music quietly is when I'm either studying or getting ready for bed. And when I do that, I'm not trying to hear the words. I'm just trying to hear a little bit of music in the background to calm me down, to help me focus, to help drown out background noise that are distracting. Um, in any other situation, I play my music loud. Like, I'm wearing the headphones, and you can still hear everything. Even with the headphones on, everyone around me can hear my music. I apologize. Kind of. Not really. How do you deal with all the noise around you? Do you tune it out? So I study nursing right now, And I'm going to go all like neurological on you because our senses and the way our brain communicates with the sensory receptors is really interesting to me. So, like, how we feel is one good example. Like, yes, I I feel my fingers touching my hand right now. If my fingers like laid against my hand for a long, long time and didn't move, I would stop feeling them because my receptors in my hand would stop sending messages to my brain because it had stayed the same for so long. There was no point in communicating it anymore. It's like our clothes. Our skin feels the clothes on it when we first put them on, but throughout the day we're not always conscious of the clothes we have on and how they're touching our skin. Because we have so many other things that our brain's trying to do, it literally tunes out the things we're feeling that are the same. Kind of like a baseline. It tunes out our baseline sensation. And our hearing is the same. So if there's background noise that stays the same, then our brain just tunes it out. And if something new comes in, then it hears it. Because it'll probably be more important if it's like a new sound, like if the fire alarm started going off. I'd be pretty sure my brain would hear that. So yes, usually I tune out noise around me unless I'm intentionally trying to listen to what that noise is, if that makes sense. Do captions really bother you, or do you just say that to annoy others? Captions don't bother me. Captions do not bother me. I love captions. I am the friend that tells you, can we please put the captions on? Because there's always that one line in the movie that's super important that one person is whispering to the other person, and I am the person who totally misses it. So I really like captions. And I would never say they bother me because they don't. How is it like to be hearing, have all accessible things for you, watch movies without CC, enjoy things without being discriminated against? I know. I didn't really realize the privilege that I had as a hearing person and a white person until I got to university. Um, but yeah, I do recognize that being able to enjoy these things without discrimination and to have all these things accessible to me are hearing privilege. And yeah, like, yes, it's nice to have things accessible to me, but whenever I'm in a room and I realize that the fire alarm doesn't have lights on it, I'm like, oh, this place isn't very deaf friendly. So I would like to be the person who, I don't know, uses my privilege to help other people get access to things. I just want people to have access to things and help any way I can to promote that. Yeah. What is your experience entering deaf world from a hearing person perspective? I know all varies, but curious to know. Well, that's a fun question. I could go on all day about that. Um, I really love deaf culture. There are a lot of things about it that I very much enjoy. Um, like because of the visual nature of ASL, how everything is so blunt and just in your face. I really appreciate that because that's how I am, how my personality is. And in hearing culture, that's not always okay. People want to just beat around the bush and talk around things all day long and be super diplomatic. And I just want to say what needs to be said and be done with it and get to the point. Um, Deaf standard time, that will always take a little getting used to. Like, I've been to other countries, I've done like Venezuelan church time, And let me tell you, that's long too, but I think Deaf Standard Time has them beat. Because, like, I went to one coffee chat that started in the morning at like 9 a.m. and I thought it was only supposed to go like an hour or two. It was my first one I'd gone to, and it lasted until 4. I'm pretty sure the sun was going down when we got into the parking lot, and we were just like, you take a few steps, you hug, you take a few steps, you hug, and you just keep doing that for like 2 hours on your way out. Like the goodbye process is insane, but it's a lot of fun, and I've overall very much enjoyed um, my experiences in the deaf world, stepping into it a little bit, and I hope to have a lot more experience stepping into the deaf world in the future. Nursing school's kind of sucked up my time, but hopefully that won't be forever and I'll be able to um, continue studying ASL and continue getting to know the deaf people in my community. And yeah. So, yeah, those are my hearing person perspectives on deaf questions that y'all have. That's not what this movie thing was called. Questions deaf people have for hearing people. Those are my answers, my hearing people answers for your questions from deaf people. Yeah. So yeah, enjoy and keep giving your questions. I don't mind answering them at all. Bye guys.